again. So, I went to the range with the Ruger American Ranch yesterday and had a bit of a shoot. Now, I did take it previously, but the results from that were really weird. Like, something was wrong. I knew that something was wrong because it was shooting like 3 shots here and then it would shoot 2 here, and I'm talking 4 inches apart, and I was thinking, nah, this thing isn't that inaccurate, something's wrong. And what it was, let's see, have we got them here? Was the rings that I had were no good. I've been using those rings for a long time, and what it was, that one of the screws that holds the clamp screw had cross-threaded. Not cross-threaded, but stripped, but not all the way. So you could actually seriously tighten it, but somewhere along the way it would come loose and then it would just be spinning. So I didn't notice that until I'd come back from the range, and then I said, right, I'll fix that. So I grabbed another set of rings and put them on, and yeah, the results were much improved. So it's really, really dark, it's really, really overcast. Since that Cyclone Jasper came through, there's a huge rain depression hanging around, so that's the reason these days I don't usually use synthetic light, but I'm having to because it was really dark. I don't know, maybe the conversation on the camera would fix that, but I'm not taking any chances. I don't want to record a whole heap of footage and then have to re-record it. So I use 3 different ammos. I use the Buffalo River, the ADI made ammo. Now that is 5 shots. It's 3 holes, but it's actually 5 shots. And that's an inch, and it's pretty much dead center. So I may not give up on ADI. This one here is a bit weird. Those two, it actually grouped over here for some bizarre reason, I don't know why. And then I moved it over, and that's actually 5. You can actually see, or I think it's 5, I might be wrong. Anyway, that's 1.2. I can't remember now what I did. Now, those 5-year-old Sierra Match King hand loads that I had, 69 Sierra Match King hand loads, 5 shots 1.5, and a 3-shot group of 0.66. So, yeah. That ADI group really surprised me, and that's 5 shots, and 4 of those shots are inside 2 holes. Now, the ADI, this is ADI ammo, and I've got 5. This is 5 shots, 1.4, 2. This is a 3-shot group of 0.37 and another 3-shot group of 0.88. So I don't know if I really do need to make hand loads. Now the target, is it over there? Sorry about that. I was just trying to make sure whether I had that, because the hunting hand loads with the spear, 150 grains. 70 grain spear. Soft, round nose, soft points. I remember now what happened was that it was raining that much that, and I'm using A4 paper targets mostly. I switched over to the multicolour reactive splatter targets because they weren't dissolving, but most of my A4 targets dissolved, like literally just fell apart. So, as soon as I would go to take them off the stand, they would just fall to pieces. So that was, yeah, a pity. But I'm really happy about the results of that ADI ammo. That's pretty good. And just generally, the accuracy of this thing, it lives up to its reputation. In the beginning, I was dubious because of that scope problem, that scope ring problem. Now, what issues did I have? I had a big issue with the bolt. there's so much machining and stuff machined off this bolt that there are a lot of sharp and square edges, and it's not so much that, but it's the burrs that developed on this thing. I'm not joking. I had burrs, huge burrs that were curled over, and when I was looking inside here to figure out, why is it doing that? What's it hitting? The top of the trigger housing is all carved up, so it looks like the bolt is actually right. That trigger housing is proud. It's just too proud, and that bolt is riding over the top. And this sear, I think, is a bit chewed up as well. Yeah. I've got to take this apart, see where it's clashing. No doubt I'll be able to see that because of the burrs that were on the bolt. They were huge. See where the bolt is clashing with the top of the trigger assembly housing, and try and take some material off. Obviously, I don't want to take too much off, but I think I definitely need to take some off because those burrs, yeah, they were bad, really bad. I've never seen burrs on a bolt like that before. Even though, so it's obviously empty. Even though it is so much smoother now that I took those burrs off, but those burrs should not have been happening and should not be happening. It's still, it's still a bit clunky, and the bolt handle, I've actually got a what brand is it? I can't remember now. MDT or something. Just bolt handle sort of cover thing that makes the bolt handle bigger. Just a screw together job. I've used that before, so I know it works. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. The trigger is not, it's not ridiculously heavy, and that blade really does work, so there is a bit of choke up. The trigger's not bad. I'm tempted not to lighten it. I don't think it needs lightening. It's not very heavy. I think, what was it, 4.5 pounds? Yeah. As a hunting rifle, like, I was having no problems. I wasn't pulling it. Yeah, that's not heavy at all. I'm not going to touch the trigger. I know some people reckon that it's heavy and whatnot, and they put another spring in it and whatever, or cut a coil off, or I don't have a problem with the trigger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one of my Leupold VX Freedoms on here, 4-12, and that will be the scope that sits on this thing. Yeah, and then I'll go and do some more testing when it's not raining and my targets don't dissolve, and I can show all of them to you. So my next video, so I've got to get to work on this thing, but my next video will be part 3 of reloading, of how I reload. I don't know if anyone's even bothering to watch it. I know at least one person, I know at least one person is, because he commented and said that he really liked my reloading videos, which, yeah, good, one thing about YouTube, I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet, and yet I'm not sure why, but they reached out to me and said, guess what, we've given you early eligibility for monetization. Am I ever going to get any money out of it with so few views that I get? Probably never, not even a cent. And today I got another message saying that I can activate Super Thanks. So what Super Thanks is where there'll be an icon under the screen where it says Super Thanks, and you click on that and you can donate money. I don't want your money, okay? I've said it before that I'm not going to go begging cap in hand to my viewers. I do this for myself largely. The satisfaction of producing content. just the process of producing content is enjoyable to me. That might seem a little bit perverse, whatever, and it does take time and it costs money, and buying all these guns costs money and everything. But I do it because it's my hobby and because I like it. I have no intention of, becoming a professional YouTuber. That's never going to happen. So I'm not activating super thanks. I don't want your money. Praise is fine. Leave a comment and telling me that you hate me or you love me or you don't care or whatever. I don't care. At the end of the day, I really don't care. I mean, it's gratifying, no doubt about it, when someone comments and says, thanks for your help. I don't care if you like me or not, but if I present something that is helpful to you or educational, or you comment and tell me something that I don't know, this is it's a two-way street. Let me know, am I doing something right, am I doing something wrong? You agree, disagree, present your argument, whatever. This is what it's all about. This is a social thing for me, like, really. It's a social thing. It's not really, I'm not interested in making money out of it, and I'm not activating super thanks. But yeah, I don't know whether YouTube are getting desperate or what's going on. But me, with not even 1,000 subscribers, they go, yeah, you're monetized, and then saying, you can get super thanks, and I'm not interested in that. I'm just going to keep making content, and you know what? It gives me an excuse to buy new guns and test them out. They're not always the most expensive. I mean, I do have expensive guns like that Steyr Mannlicher SM12. Yeah, I got that at a really, really good price. But the Steyr Mannlicher has been traded in, and probably not this year, but very soon in the new year, you'll see my new project. It's going to be a bit of it's going to be a target rifle, built for target shooting, and but I'm not going to let you know what it is until that happens. So until then, see you later.